As we're starting off the next 4 years, whatever they have in store for us, this is the energy that's going to carry us through. I guarantee that.
Tonight, a major change coming to the world of performing arts in the district. Here's a live look tonight at the Kennedy Center. President Donald Trump announced that he is gutting the existing board of trustees at the Kennedy Center and appointing himself as the chairman. Mr. Trump made the announcement on his social media site. He wrote in part, "At my direction, we are going to make the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. great again. I have decided to immediately terminate multiple individuals from the board of trustees, including the chairman, who do not share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture." Mr. Trump said he would soon announce a new board with himself as chairman. He did not say which board members he plans to terminate, but we do know that D.C. native philanthropist and billionaire David Rubenstein is the board's current chairman. He was set to hold that position through 2026. Mr. Trump also indicated he would be making changes to programming at the Kennedy Center. He said he would put an end to events featuring performers in drag.
Boy. Once again, we got to talk about another meltdown from the left. Okay, what are they upset about this time? Well, they're upset about President Trump firing the board of the Kennedy Center and replacing the chairman with himself. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because the Kennedy Center is a major cultural institution in this country, okay? And it is a living tribute to President John F. Kennedy. Now, this center hosts a wide range of performances, including theater, ballet, opera, concerts, contemporary music. Essentially, it is an institution for showcasing American culture, right? The best of American culture, right? And Democrats have essentially allowed things to happen, performances to happen at the Kennedy Center that conservatives disagree with in regards to what should be representative of American culture, okay? And since we are in a cultural battle in this country, a move like this from President Trump is kind of a big deal, okay? Because this is one of the ways that you control the culture of a country, or you influence the culture of a country, is through performance and art, okay? And this is why you have liberals on CNN boo-hooing and crying, melting down about how this is the worst thing ever because of Trump firing the board and basically taking some control over this institution. Take a look.
Put out a statement saying they have heard about the social media post and some of the board members have received termination notices from the administration. There are many questions here, as usually there are, about whether this even can be done, because the Kennedy Center Board is a congressionally authorized entity. They serve out 6-year terms. Trump has some folks on there, Lee Greenwood, Paolo Zampoli, and Pam Bondi, all on the Kennedy Center Board. Why does he want this?
Yeah, culture is very important in America, and the Kennedy Center has been a very important place to celebrate American culture. And I think the right recognizes that that culture generally extols lefty values and are made of liberal people. And this is an attack on that and saying, like, we're going to put our own sort of cultural figures in place instead.
I mean, I don't see why
is
they
it just leftist culture?
Well, hold on a second. This Kennedy Center is named after a president who valued public service, intellectual collective curiosity, inviting artists in. What do artists do nationally and globally? They challenge those in power, even countries throughout the Middle East, conservative countries. They hold their poets sacred. They're the only ones who are allowed to challenge authority. This has nothing to do with board governance. This has nothing to do with a grudge. This is a protection of what is ultimately going to be, I fear, a propaganda machine for the right.
Well, it wouldn't be a Donald Trump first 100-day move if it did not involve drag shows, because he says one of the reasons he's doing this is because last year the Kennedy Center featured drag shows specifically targeting our youth. This will stop.
Well, first of all, it's how abnormal this is, right? Ronald Reagan didn't do this. George Bush Sr. didn't do this. George W. Bush didn't do this. No one comes in and just fires the entire board. And, you know, I've gone actually from having anger at some of the things that Donald Trump does to just sadness. How we've fallen. I mean, John F. Kennedy inspired the world. every person looked to America, including my parents who were going to immigrate, saying, wow, we want to go to America. They're leading civilization. They're leading the best of humanity. And now you have a president, when there's a plane crash, who can't even talk about the grief of families. How have we fallen to this point? Tony Kirshner once said, how can a country that produced Abraham Lincoln produce Donald Trump? And I think he asked the most profound question. But we're going to come back. This is just a terrible moment in our history.
We're used to having,
that's absurd.
We're used to have.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Liberals are very, 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 very upset about this for obvious reasons, okay? And that's why I think it's hilarious to listen to them boo-hoo, whine, and cry about this, because they know that they're losing the so-called culture war, right? They're losing, and this move right here from Trump is just another blow to their side, right? And this is why they're upset, okay? So without further ado, let's actually listen to these cackling hens, different than the usual cackling hens that we're reacting to. Some different cackling hens boo-hoo, whine, and cry about President Trump pulling off this move with the Kennedy Center.
I want to talk about the Kennedy Center for a second.
Oh my God. Speaking of breaking my heart.
Oh yes. God. So this is another example of politics touches everything, right? The arts. Now, that's my background, performing the performing arts. So you can imagine my phone was blowing up last night. People like, what the F? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The thing about
explain the story, Michelle. People may not know. This just happened.
For anybody who doesn't know,
all the shit that's out there, it's hard.
Yeah, the Kennedy Center, is kind of a beacon of world-class programming, music, theater, art, everything you can imagine to everybody in Washington, D.C. Republicans, Democrats alike frequent the Kennedy Center, have season ticket holders like Tara. Doesn't really matter what side of the aisle you are on. Everyone enjoys and appreciates it. Obviously, because Donald Trump is a petty little bitch, he's never liked it because the arts community and the creative people have never accepted him. And he can't understand why, because he's a sociopath and a narcissistic, malignant narcissist. So in his 4 years, the last time he was in the White House, never attended the Kennedy Center honors, which they do once a year, and they honor a handful of creative people who have made their mark on the world. And, he never, because he knew he was going to have to face the music, and he didn't figuratively and literally speaking, and he didn't want to. So this time around, he said he's going to fire the board of directors of the Kennedy Center and make himself the head of it.
Yeah, so basically what she's saying is that this institution was a liberal, Trump deranged institution, right? They were very heavily focused on Trump, and President Trump didn't like that, okay? And now they're upset because President Trump is changing things up, right? So again, that's what's happening here. I think there's still going to be world-class performances, entertainment, but probably less propaganda, right? Probably less propaganda. But again, there will still be world-class entertainment and performances. The world is not ending, okay? Despite what, these people are trying to put out there.
Did it.
Yeah, he did it. This is some North Korea shit, first of all.
Yes.
And second of all,
Putin.
The impact that this is going to make, first of all, the DC insiders, whether they're Trump or not, this is not going to be good for them, first of all. Second of all, this is, again, a beacon, a place that harbors creativity and innovation. And he has put a dagger through the heart. And the Kennedy Center honors now, you're not going to get performances by Hart and a gospel choir singing Stairway to Heaven. You're going to get Scott Baio and,
Hulk Hogan. Like Vicky James Stars just said.
Yes, another just thing that is so American and beautiful about this country is the way that we tell stories and the history of our film and theater. And he is going to try to destroy it. And I say this to all the fellow artists and creators who are watching. To be a creative person, whether it be in theater or whether you're a writer, a singer, a musician, it is an act of resistance and rebellion. Theater in itself is political. There's no other way to put it. So continue doing the things that bring you joy. Speak out. Don't let them stop you. They're going to try. Keep doing it anyways, because it's the only way that we're going to get through this, is if we all say absolutely not. So
amen to that.
Yeah. So again, this is maximum copium right here, right? This is copium to the max. So yeah, you seen that, you heard that, right? Theater is political, and when the theater is agreeing with her politics, right, she's totally fine with it. Doesn't have an issue with it. But now all of a sudden, the theater may not agree with her politics anymore. Oh, there's a problem. Oh, we're upset, right? Again, to me, it just sounds like President Trump is, I don't know, getting rid of the propaganda, stopping the propaganda, which is something that, you know, liberals, this is what they rely on so much. And this is why they're so upset, right? They're extremely upset because President Trump is interfering with their propaganda. That's what's happening. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.